delighted to be here in your home, delighted to be in front of all of you, my colleagues in the news media and the elected officials, and my brothers in arms in Congress. Today is definitely a glorious day, not only for the Venezuelans, but for the Cubans and for the whole hemisphere. And we feel it probably more than anybody else because we know how hard it's been. But we have a fantastic leader called President Trump. And thank God that because of him, justice caught up with Maduro. And a new chapter has begun. Oh, yes. For the Venezuelan people, a new chapter has begun for the hemisphere, as a new chapter for the whole hemisphere. And I was saying to my two colleagues that Maduro is a very blessed and lucky guy, that he did not fall in the hands of the Cubans who were supposed to be protecting him, because he would be dead right now. He fell in the hands of the Americans. He's going to be able to have a good life in jail for the next 40 years for what he did, but he is alive and he is in the hands of our troops. So he is a blessed guy. In our 240 years history, it proves that we are not an occupying power, like some of my colleagues on the other side of the aisle are saying. We're not an occupying power. We are a liberating power, and we restore power, and then we give it back to those who are in that country. We are a very benevolent country. And today, as Mario was saying, January the 3rd joins history's calendar, because a day like today, in 1990 in Panama, Manuel Antonio Noriega was removed and a legitimate president was restored shortly thereafter. We let free people govern themselves. We are not in the business of creating colonies, and that's exactly what's going to happen in Venezuela for anyone who is afraid of the future. In 1983, Ronald Reagan removed a Marxist regime in Grenada, the island of Grenada, and that island has been prosperous and free ever since. We know that the same history is going to happen in Venezuela. The president said it this morning very clearly. He wants Venezuela to be free, prosperous, and secure. They have the largest reserves of oil in the world, so they're going to be able to pay for their own reconstruction. They're not going to be asking or begging any other country, including ours, to lend them money. They have enough resources to do that. So that also means that no more Russia, no more China, no more Hezbollah, no more Iran, no more Hamas on Venezuelan soil trying to harm our children or launch a terrorist attack against our country. In July of 24, Venezuela had elections and Edmundo Gonzalez won, and as the vice president was Maria Corina Machado. We are going to allow for the Venezuelans to decide once again who do they want to be governed by. We're not going to be choosing Venezuela's next president. We don't do that. We're not in the business of installing regimes. We're in the business of helping the country make their own decisions. I, just like Mario and Carlos, we represent the largest Venezuelan diaspora in the United States. I, in particular, in the city of Miami. And today, we've encountered them on the streets, crying for joy and for hope and for what the future brings. And the message has been very clear. President Trump kept his word. President Trump had the internal fortitude, had the political pants to do what no other president, Republican and Democrat, for the last 25 years that you have been serving in Congress and have been a member of the news media, no one had that resolution of liberating the hemisphere from thugs like this Maduro, who only harmed his people and our people through drugs, through terrorist attacks, through gang members, specifically Tren de Aragua. That's the kind of leader that we need in the Western Hemisphere. Someone like President Trump, who it will not allow for rats, for scoundrels like this guy, to be in the presidential palace anymore and poison our generation and their generation. So Venezuela is at the door of a new dawn, a new good partner for the United States. And once again, we always give the country back much better than we encountered it. So thank you to all of you. Once again, we are extremely happy. I think I should say some words in Spanish. We're going to take, I think, questions after. But quiero decir solamente de que este es un día extraordinario, no solamente para los venezolanos, sino para todo el hemisferio, para los cubanos, para todo el mundo libre del hemisferio occidental. Yo, como la chairman del Western Hemisphere Subcommittee, del subcomité del hemisferio occidental dentro del Comité de Relaciones Exteriores, para nosotros es un día maravilloso porque nos damos cuenta que nuevamente los Estados Unidos demostró lo que es. Un país bueno, un país benevolente, un país que lo que quiere es dar más que recibir. Y en este caso le ha tocado a Venezuela. Le damos muchas gracias al presidente Trump porque tuvo los pantalones políticos que no ha tenido más nadie, incluyendo presidentes republicanos y demócratas. Nosotros estábamos en el Congreso, él en la alcaldía y yo miembro de la prensa. Por 25 años estábamos esperando qué va a pasar, por qué los Estados Unidos no actúan. Y gracias a Dios hoy lo hizo el presidente Trump. El día 3 de enero es un día que va a pasar a la historia porque no solamente hoy, Maduro es un hombre que está ahora en prisión, sino también Manuel Antonio Noriega en 1990 pasó lo mismo. Y ahí está la historia de los Estados Unidos, donde nosotros removemos a los malos, ayudamos a los buenos y le devolvemos el país para que cada uno se gobierne como quiera. Y eso mismo es lo que va a pasar en Venezuela. Nosotros no vamos a poner ni quitar presidente, nosotros vamos a ayudar a los venezolanos a elegir su propio presidente, a que hayan elecciones libres si es que tienen que volver a verlas. Sabemos que en julio del 24, Edmundo González y María Corina Machado ganaron después que Maduro le prometió a Biden que iba a dar elecciones libres en un acuerdo que se llamaba el Acuerdo de Barbados. Ahora tienen que los venezolanos, junto con los Estados Unidos, decidir cómo va a ser esa transición. Pero lo que sí sabemos como miembros del Congreso, que los Estados Unidos aquí está para ayudar y no para quitar. Que los Estados Unidos lo que quiere es ayudar al pueblo venezolano, que no va a necesitar que le demos limosnas, porque tienen suficiente petróleo como para poder pagarse su futuro y su prosperidad. Así que para nosotros verdaderamente esto, para mí personalmente, todos los amigos venezolanos, nosotros representamos a la diáspora venezolana en el sur de la Florida, no solamente en el distrito 27, en el 28, en el 26, todo el sur de la Florida. En este momento los venezolanos están llorando, no solamente de alegría, sino de esperanza que finalmente les llegó su hora. Y para nosotros estamos llenos de orgullo que fue un presidente republicano y que fue el presidente Trump el que dijo que lo iba a hacer y lo hizo. Así que Dios los bendiga.